Portis went through the $43.1 million he made in his 9-year NFL career. $43 million. Happens to a lot of people. They buy a lot of homes. They buy a lot of cars. He actually admitted to gambling losses.
Yes.
So he lost a lot gambling.
I think he owed $400K to MGM Grand in Vegas, and he had a $150K bill to the Borgata in Atlantic City.
But the kind of the big reveal in the story is that, and this is not that uncommon, there are guys who hire financial advisors who burn through part of their money. So he had a financial advisor, Jeff Rubin, and they invested in Alabama casino, put $1 million in that. I think there was a story in 60 Minutes about some of these football players who invested in this casino, and then all of a sudden the laws changed or something like that.
I believe
they all were banking on bingo, like electronic bingo.
They were promised digital bingo was going to be
Right.
the ticket to riches for them, and then it didn't pass, and then all of their money just went out the window.
He was also part of a Ponzi scheme, so he lost roughly $4 to $5 million from this financial advisor. It seemed like to me, if I'm doing the math right, maybe it was a little less, maybe it was a little bit more. It wasn't all of his $40 million, but it's still money that you had. You hire somebody who actually was approved by the NFLPA,
right?
And that money then just vanishes. And he apparently considered murdering the guy. Now, EB points out a lot of times you think about killing somebody. He took it to another step because it seemed like he was legitimately considering doing it. He had a gun.
I've never legitimately thought about it, but I think about murdering people.
Probably got
think about where I would hide the body.
It's been one of your bits over the years. How do you commit the perfect murder?
I'll drive by like a park, and I think, I wonder if I could ditch a body in that creek right there. Or what animal would drag it up? I think about that kind of stuff. Could I dig a shallow grave?
That's very shoddy. If you just dump it in a creek, the body's definitely going to be found.
Right. But it takes a lot of effort. You got to drag the body. You got to dig the shallow grave. You got to try to cover your tracks.
But he seems like he was this close.
Very extensive.
I just wonder if I could do it.
He was on the phone, I guess, with a friend he had made, an anonymous friend who had
producer.
like some therapy in her background.
Right.
Who basically talked him off the ledge and said, "Look, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you
I'm
got
telling
kids.
I said this in the
Don't
opening
your kids
segment.
remember you as a murderer?"
Was it Doug from CSN Mid-Atlantic?
When I read that, it's a little jarring, but it's not surprising. He mowed through $43 million through his own stupidity and naivety and inexperience, and through others stealing from him and being disingenuous with him. Of course, you would be depressed. Think about donking yourself off, which I think he alluded to. And also, think about guys stole millions from you.
Yep.
I feel tremendous amount of sympathy for the guy. I completely understand it. I don't think it's an outrageous story. I think it's damn near a normal train of thought. If someone stole millions from you, I believe many of us would drive around and fantasize about donking that person off. Now, I hope that none of us would do it.
It's only the most normal reation ever.
To me, it's the most normal reaction ever. And is it shocking? It's not shocking. And I'm not trying to be like I'm never shocked. That just seems like a normal reaction to me. I'm shocked often. That, to me, is normal. I mean, if someone stole millions from me, as Kick said, we have the same financial advisor, good friend of ours, Ed. If Ed stole millions from me, I would think about stalking his office and blowing him away.
I'd be nice just to have millions for him to steal from me.
Yeah.
which isn't the case.
If he stole my life savings.
Instead of one Bitcoin.
Yeah. No, I have one plus Bitcoin, JP.
If he stole my life savings.
2 Bitcoins.
I would say, maybe I should just kill him. I mean, I would not do it.
This jumps out at me. When he filed for bankruptcy protection in 2015, he had $150 in his bank account.
Yeah.
Think about that. Clinton Portis, who had a pretty long and distinguished career in the NFL, was reduced to having $150 in his bank account. Oh, and owed more than $1 million in child support as well.
$43 million he made in his career. I always say this. If I made that kind of money, I'm not investing. I'm sorry. You can say, oh, you got to invest, make more. No, I'm cool. Just put in savings. Lock it up.
Yeah, but he wasn't even investing.
Lock it down.
He wasn't really even investing. He was just buying stuff.
Well, no, he wasn't
taking advantage of people. He was gambling. Do you see the debts?
I understand, but
the Borgata.
I get it, but he was investing millions. That's the whole point. He invested millions, but he invested them in like Ponzi schemes.
Well,
Right.
and
He also
Alabama
gambled
casinos
away.
went belly up.
My understanding is he was buying family members and friends, cars,
It's a
and
big
houses.
part of it. That was the majority.
Yeah, that's not necessarily
But that wasn't-
investing. That's just buying people S.
Understood.
Yeah.
So that's 35 out of the 43
I mean,
million.
even
But the potential murder, and he said that if he had actually seen that guy before he had the phone call, he said it wasn't no beat up, it was kill. He wanted to kill the person about his investments.
I understand.
Even
Absolutely, I
his
told you.
Skins teammates, even Santana Moss, who in the article said at one point had 11 vehicles that
Yep.
he owned.
Well, he told
said,
us that.
Said, I can't keep up with Portis.
It's escondite.